This is Ethan and Levon's Pearl Harbor.
On this episode of Historical Events of History, we will dive into the large swimming pool of one of the most famous events of the U.S. history, and one of the biggest events of World War II. This event is argued to be the entrance of the U.S. into the war, being full of destruction and loss. Thanks to the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the U.S. had grown only stronger from this massive event. In the winter of 1941, December 7th to be exact, one of America's most defining moments occurred, one that would change the history of America and show how strong this country really was and is today. To start at the beginning, Japanese Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto had been planning an attack on the well-known U.S. naval base Pearl Harbor. He had been planning the attack thoroughly for months and was finally ready to attack, hitting his first target at 7:53 a.m. The naval base was completely oblivious to this well-thought-out plan, so the destruction was massive, with the damage report coming out with 20 ships and 300 airplanes destroyed in this horrific event. Now, all of this damage and destruction would seem to lead to dark times for some Americans, but surprisingly, the United States used this to become more powerful. I guess Chloe Clarkson was right when she said what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, since the crippled Navy base used the recent event as propaganda, and used many scenarios from kids losing their parents, to sympathy pain, to tattered flags and injured people, to promote the joining of the U.S. Navy to all Americans, even through the event that happened in Hawaii, completely separated from the rest of the country.
One man, by the name of Paul Ashburner, a gunner's mate, was a prime witness to the horror, having his own unique story to tell about that day. At the time, Ashburner was a 19-year-old recent draft to the Navy, having to join since there were no jobs at or near his home for him to work. Ashburner had been assigned to the USS Oklahoma the year before and was temporarily docked at Pearl Harbor. At 7:55 a.m., the Oklahoma had taken a torpedo, causing a blackout and panic throughout the ship. Ashburner had been deep inside the ship at the time, prompting his inevitable demise after the first torpedo hit. Ashburner had stated, "The ship had started to list, turn over. As it was turning over, I got about 1 or 2 decks up. I think the next deck was the shell deck. I honestly could see in my heart that I couldn't possibly get out of there in my own strength. And I knew of the Lord, but I really didn't have him into my heart. But I asked him if he would spare my life, that I would dedicate my life over for him to use. And in some miraculous way, I did get out, and as I was getting out of the overhang of the turret, the crude oil and water was coming in. The bombing had lasted for a little more than an hour, and to Ashburner and everyone else at the base, the attack had been a complete surprise as the Japanese flew away. Around 2,500 men were either dead, wounded, or missing as a result of the treacherous event. This attack will go on to be remembered by most people as the start of World War II for the Americans. But as a propaganda jackpot for the U.S. military, the military was able to enlist over 100,000 people in the first year after the bombing of the naval base. Thanks for listening. Make sure to tune in for more.
This podcast is not
This podcast is not part of a business or show and was created for informational learning. This material is not subject to copyright as it is not made by professionals of any kind. Thank you.